Hey guys, yeah, I know. There are a few who will say, yeah, the bastard, they already had them. Did you recognize that I have the same t-shirt? It's been 3 times that I make a box with t-shirt, and today we have on Request Love too. That's why I took the 4.4 in BL2S, the / BL2S friends. Why is this machine there then? Very simple reason. This is the BL2S that came out not too long ago that is going to be replaced by the BS2S Heavy Duty. So this one doesn't have the reinforced parts yet, and that makes, like I said in the last run box, that the price has dropped. So in France I found it 320, 340. €2 motor at Bourmet model, €250. A / BL2S that doesn't have the reinforced parts yet, and I thought it was great. So the reinforced parts are the triangles and the rocket escapement that the Dura motor frankly does not really need. What already happens to me is true. It is to break a rocket holder for sale on a Duro motor, but everything else not so. What we don't know is also on the BL2, I haven't looked if on the light duty there are also new turrets. That's a bit the weak point. These turrets are flexible, mixed and light. It's good, that's the first point. So we got a good price. And I say we because it's your car, guys. That's a raffle. I told you to trust me. I told you your money wasn't going to disappear. Okay, count the number of vehicles we pulled out. You got it? Not all the videos yet. But when you have all the videos by almost the end of the year, we will say, okay, in fact, we are wide what? Then I like it, that's for sure. And at the request of many to try the 2-wheel drive BL2, what charming is for sure, it advances no advantage TRAXXAS compared to arrma, is that the radio, you can keep it, you just have to swap your combo. The BL2 is on. I can't stick it in 3s, it remained in 2, but the BL2 in a last motor, which is light, should reach 60 because in 4.4 we are at 45. It's missing a little something. So then out of the box, I don't think it will flush either at more than 45, 50, but with the gear to go faster. The BL2 in this little craft should be able to push the craft to 60, which is a speed I find nice for me. Below 60, you feel like you have had enough of dragging yourself from 60. 65, there becomes interesting, and in any terrain, honestly I tell you, 75 is a good speed. 75, 80 in the TT, it's good. Everything else is useless, except taking off in all directions. So we're going to test this. There are the Goodrich BFs on it, and what I didn't know also at that time already is that we have, theoretically, according to the product description, the Magnum transmission on it is specified no one anywhere on the box but on Site 6. Since all the parts are made of steel, we see it there on the cut. Look, everything is made of scrap metal on it. So the Magnum transmission is only all the gears, scrap metal that were plastic. Ah, well, we still have the right waste gear, which is great. The right waste gear differential I love. We still have the plastic gear brain, which is largely late, especially in the Neuro motor. Do we have TQ? If you take the XL, you have the TQ Lee, but DXL, you can no longer pay for it. The guys smoked the carpet at TRAXXAS. The price of 3s at TRAXXAS is really overwhelming. Some said, yeah, X-Max is also expensive. The X-Max is there, and that's something that rolls the line without doing a maintenance a while ago under normal conditions. Marketing, packaging, look, it's all the same. Each his own sauce, and for a change, here I took the glass. We have, of course, the bag with the foams, the Eclipse for the shock absorbers, the tools, the exploded and very bizarre view. Still, on the other hand, finely shortened, it gives you an antenna with the TQ. The TQA has a long antenna. Personally, I always leave it a max in the box, and I do something short. I never have problems with it. And here is the radioactivo to get it out of there. And fourth reason why it is there. So we said the price, the lot, the fact that it's the BL2 middle thing. So the third reason. We can compare with Arma Fury at €250 to 832.0 according to shops. Fury is at 200. Adding electronics at €80 for a cheap Vario engine. Surface 3's 120 amps is €35. Supersonic motor 3660. I got it at 4100 kVAG. Because the Fury's staging is well screwed up so you can climb the square. Well, and short stick this, so we're at 2055 and the radio for the radio. If you already have stuff, it's fine, but we can find radios as BRC says so. Wait a little for the Christmas promos. 25 bullets, the radio is gone. So basically on identical prices, the advantage of the Harma will obviously be its rugged solidity. It is not that one is a little less. We don't take the BL2S Happy Duty because it will be overpriced compared to the other agreed level perk. Obviously compared to Cole, that one has the advantage. On the other hand, the mouse once passed in short. S3s are 2s. It will still go already faster than that to 436.60, it's for sure. And in 3s, it's sure to leave this one in place. But you can tell the difference between two very different things. If we want to push the test into the limits, I should have taken a slash and an LCG chassis. So you will have made the top compare of a front and rear engine SC with low chassis, because there we find ourselves in two conflicts totally different. We have an engine in the back which increases traction in slippery conditions, which leaves more of the front in non-slippery conditions, which changes the flight attitude enormously as well. Engine in front, it flies better, and the fact that this one is what I have always liked about the Slash 2, motorized even more than on the 4.4. You don't see it because there is the tile. This thing has a crazy ground clearance, okay? A completely stupid ground clearance, which means that for ones, it's 2 in motor, it drives super suspension. The settings have also been updated at TRAXXAS. Big evolution at this level. You see we have a very firm front to not dive too much, and the same to swing in the turns. We have relatively drunk at the rear to handle the thing. We have a big suspension setback, and we like that, James. It's clear the tiles have been reinforced. We already said it on the 4.4. You clearly see that the chassis is mega in the center. It's a leisure machine. This poor Rematrice has no problem to evolve on the forest circuit at home, while no other Rematrice gets there. You saw it, huh? I brought back the Vortex, the thingy thing. It's not cool, it drives badly. We have the clipsless just like Sol BL44, so we're not going to come back to it. Still no hoop, so we have the blur antenna. So I say so, here it is. But I can also make a sale at a low price like that. It amuses me. I'm the boss. That in the field, huh? In any case, the money is reinvested to buy other machines, to present and share with you afterwards at a low price or raffle. So that too, I would like you to tell me a little bit in the comments if you prefer that we do this kind of thing. That is to say, to buy machines, of course, we will still have to mix. We will still do raffles, 1 ticket, because we have to bring in a little money through advertising, a little money here and there, and then we buy the boxes, we present them, we don't pink them because it's to show them. When it's a box for me that tells me I want to beat, I pay it with my money from my work. Then I bang it, I go back up as many times as I want, but if it's for you, if you agree. And then we make a sale with a discount necessarily, since it's the occasion, so it allows us to thank the subscribers, it allows them to have a nice box, a nice price, and where they saw what happened with that. So I really like the Suspects thing they did. Mario Berry, 2S, mounted here down at the back. They made a small stand on purpose. They molded a stand in the frame because before there was an extra leg. This is funky. The battery forward to compensate for the fact that the engine is behind. If you have a short battery, you can of course bring it back to the front to correct your trim, like on the Fury. On the Fury, you can put a short battery, you can move it back to increase your motor skills. It is also very easy to weigh the back. Just a piece of lead or pond or whatever you fix to the rear bumper at the low point, there it is, a craft that slides too far from the buttocks to weigh down a little the tutu, and off you go. We always have reflexes. On the other hand, it's funky because they receive the clipless system which rigidifies a little everything. We still have movement, but you will see despite that, it moves well. Management as simple as ever and as efficient. Never had a bug with this motor direction, nothing at all, zero. So the old rocket doors here, as you can see, which are infinitely smaller than the reinforced versions of BL2 at the back too, with the advantage on the other hand of being adjustable in height. We also still have the small gimbals. Okay, that's what I want to see precisely on. As soon as the BL2 and B duty are out, I'll go see this site. They may already be out elsewhere, but as I said, I just saw the price. I skipped it, but I really need to go see it. I want to know if the BL2s and B duty, so they already have. You see that these are the old triangles. So there will be the new triangles, knowing that this is the triangle of 4.4, they are the same. So if you break, you take the new ones. If you want to mount the cards in max specs, and you will also of course need rocket for rocket. However, what we have not yet resolved is to know here, transmission side, at the output there is no place. How are they going to spend the big crosses? Have they changed quite the molding we transmitted to the rear? That's a question that can be very interesting. That's a little strange. I missed it too. Always on this engine slash. On the other hand, a reminder of the bumper on the tower. I would have seen instead of that here that after that it's okay, but it simply crushes the carro a little faster. We have the BF Goodrich, which are, these tires are great, they are just overpriced. That's a shame to replace quickly once eaten by Ben. Always as usual, the VP Pro K Capit and Company, Louise, whatever you want, Hexa of 12.54542. Sorry, I mean. So now is also the question of the rims, since at TRAXXAS some 2 or motor vehicles have shorter wind triangles. So the rim has an offset so that the 4 irons are in the same places. Of course, there are those who do not have this problem. It says 2BD front. Indeed, we have rims with an additional offset at the front. Funny how you can't see it on the veil. Thank you. There you see, the tool doesn't fit. The design is so well done that you can hardly see from the outside that your rims are different. We have the little plastic exams. You have to have, if there will already be scrap metal in the city of Thai or not. There too you have lots of variants. You can have 12,000 MR scrap metal from the 14th. Adapter of 17. Whatever you want, there is no problem. Of course, on this type of machine, we are going to remain calm on the transmitted. As said, we are going to leave this BL2, we are going to roll it original BL2, and then I think that we will just put the sprocket a little bigger to reach a small 55-60 LE2 in motor. I really think it's achievable without problem for the engine. On the 4.4, frankly taking the 50, it was already getting a little hot for the engine, huh? There's not the fast gear that we have with, oh, we're going to open, we're going to open because I don't see your place next to the pompette. How's it going? So at TRAXXAS, we may have a small painting in it with the gables and the tiers. They put it more. Oh, I'm disappointed. Initially, TRAXXAS was all about VMAX, gearing truc mouche, and there they noticed that actually people, apart from destroying everything with this system, they do nothing. So they got up in tiers and they happily let Main and Coralie mess with it, because that's what people do. They mess with it because some of you are stubborn about the speed they're moving on the first question. but how fast? It goes fast enough for me to have fun. What's your problem? This leads to the destruction of all men. There's a ridiculous little cog, 2416, which means 16 are in and 19 optional. It's unfortunate we still keep the crown and module 06. You can install 008 of /44, and then all you have to do is print or have it printed. An increase of 32 tasks as mentioned. Let's see what happens with the history of the two types BL2. This one will remain like that. The dampers will always be the same as on the 4.4. Improvements, but we still want a little better. On the other hand, those are well protected. We still have the facts. It disappears here. Never had a problem, especially with this piece here in front either. It's just a slice of, it's not carbon, it's not, it's graphic or something. It can break on impact, no problem. You take a simple aluminum bar. You make the two holes that are good to put your axles, you put yourself on it, that's all. You left again, there is no problem, you can tinker a lot of things. After adoption, TRAXXAS understood very well that people like tuning, so you have colored parts, people, tires, gadgets, and whatever you want and whatever you want. And again, all you want is that which is useful, that is useless, and therefore that is indispensable. That's it anyway. Cooking in Eclipse is great, isn't it? The others they all copy, but they can't get to Taffer, eh? That's a thing about the Fury. I discovered in the sand you can no longer remove the tile. It filled with sand, and I struggled to remove the tile of the Arrma Fury after the exit. At the bottom of the money, all these little SCs, since now we have 4.4, we have 4.2, we have Fury 4.2, and we have the 4.4. We all bought them at about the same price range, obviously. The two-wheel drive cheaper than the 4.4A. We are all between 250 and 350 euro. In the end, we will ride them together. Why wouldn't I integrate more? Because as the sentence says to ride, it is not pleasant. The Slash is pleasant. The Pro 4 SC is pleasant. We have already tested the Pro 4. We will take it on purpose. And then I took this one to show that finally it is the killer. Let's see when 10TT2 arrives. Be careful, the 10SC2, when it will arrive, will not have a transmitted as solid as that. On the other hand, largely enough to do what we do with it. You saw that the 10 was 2, so this one is waiting for the 10SC2. But I really think that on Poot Pit, if you are looking for SC44, if they release the SC2, it will fix the whole problem for everyone. You still have the Pro 4 because it is nice at the price. And then me at TRAXXAS, the prices take off, the price of parts 2 and all the others. No, it's a little, you see, and I'm going to take advantage of that one. So to show the difference between a dog so high and a dog low, and the difference between a rear engine and an A engine, that means that on the field, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to take several cameras. We're going to land. We're going to go with the 4.2. We're going to go with the 4.4. The 4.2, the 4.4, the 4.2, the 4.4. We will make long corners, courses, tight corners. We will put ramps in care of length, and then, increasingly steeper, arrive at different speeds. We will talk about acceleration, braking, feeling, daring, and for that too, you will dedicate that none of these bikes has a damn shit TSM. TSM is only used to shoot brains, and you don't know how to drive. I understand it's annoying. In the beginning, you roll over, 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 you roll over. I think about walking on the calves, very important. The calves, it absorbs all the shocks, okay? Walking a little, heels up, it's going to do you good or not, believe me. And so the 4.2 between them, then 42.44, it doesn't matter the brand, a little bit of all that. It will take time. I will ask for your patience. That's why the vehicles won't leave right away. I wish I had told you that, boom. This is the only game right now, but I would never have the time of my life to do the runs with these 4 vehicles separately. Several packs to join the 2 two-wheel drive, the 244 to join the whole. On several cameras, edit videos on several packs, because we will also talk about product durability, that's for sure. Okay, and it's going to take a little time, because in the meantime there are 6 monsters and 8 waiting. There is one who hasn't even gone up yet. The 1.5 is ready, he will come out too. The FMS mini crawlers are also waiting. I want to go back and make a video of FMS Blazer and K10. I haven't even ridden the K10 yet. Frankly, the Blazer is my little darling. I would have to go somewhere to collect stones to make a small plot in the garden. It's a solution. I also ask myself to be able to do times when we don't have time to make videos. It's too ugly, you can't move. It's true that having a spot of mini crawler in the garden allows you to quickly make 1 or 2 nice videos, small technical tutorials of driving stuff, change of team, masses, everything you want. There's something to do with a little trick. It can be cool. Sure. I've also thought about making a size index circuit for all the gear I couldn't buy when I was little. You put Arvente, right? Fats are the same too. So one of the 2 Monterey's Nova Fox full of stakes like that, you see Kyosho too, eh? The Scorpion, of course, of the home index with reasonable powers. 3003 1200 squares. A 2's. No, I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to put 3's. I'll need 100 men straight because I know myself. I can do that on the carpeted circuit. You can do that too. You have to go well to the carpeted circuit with the minis. And you are not against you, the minis on the carpeted circuit. It will be wonderful too. Absolutely. I have a lot of work to do. I know you prefer workshop videos, but without all the testing, without the trials. We can't do all the workshop videos because first I break nothing, so I can't fix anything for you. Consider watching run videos for very simple things. Many of you are looking for answers to questions that are in every run videos on the model or type. When I ride with a drive wheel breakage, I will talk about the behavior of the rear engine 2 Romotrice compared to a vehicle, a front engine, the Slash compared to its competitors. All this is in the video, and as you say we can't, it's impossible. To keep, I imagine, since the beginning of the chain. So I've had this channel for 9 years. Now that it's turning, that it's on, it's 8 years, a little less than we actually use it, let's say. The first year nothing happened. There were 3 ABOs. It was me and JJ. And if I had kept all the vehicles, we could almost have a counting contest. The number of vehicles we had in our hands and the one that is closest one. My hand cut that we sprayed 1,000 cars, where will I store them? Imagine, we need a warehouse where we can leave everything. We buy all SC2 in Motrix at 10, all SC44, all SCN8, all a 6 and a 720, 716, and a 5, good 5, there are not many, eh? Not FTW 5MCD. DS7 and TB7 Mojave, obviously 6S. There is an 8L Aubois or 8SC, the new ICC, which is arriving, which I hope is doing better. DB8 and SC8 is an old acquaintance you will recognize. And well, the Apache exists more. They are not, I don't know if HP will relaunch the Apache series. I don't think the Mojave 4S, which... I think it's R8. In dimension, we possess the most beautiful bodies of all. If you line up all the SC side by side, for me and the UDR and the SBR, no. There is still one, and the Losi Bahare too. The beauty is undeniable, don't you agree? You hit a ceiling, you won't go any further. Stay there. You will then have the same thing, I imagine, with all stadium trucks, so KDM Successor 10 of all stadium trucks. In addition, there is the other action for me. French edition kit, every Sandalis, the top after rusters, vortex, machines, bidules, after all MT, granite, rivals, host, tempt. And then every 1 and 8, I still don't play the lotto. It's not about winning. Hey, I'm going to go because we took the liberty, and yeah, you're not allowed to see what's there because you weren't wise. But you're going to take a look at Model Bau Metz. www.modelbau in the middle. So the 6th, the _ Metz point DI. There's so much more to explore. I invite you to check the prices now. You know that I am on the consumer side, helping shops because they deserve it. Action, RC, Fast 15 and all the others. They merit high-tech project OB agreement. But I am a consumer, and when I see a checkout, let's support these stores. They truly deserve our attention. 50 to 70 euro cheaper in Germany than in France, my faith. PayPal doesn't last long. Okay? Then it's up to you. You also have to tell me if it suits you when we do this kind of thing. There I embarked on the purchase of several vehicles between 250 and 350 euro because they are still nice sized vehicles and you can have plenty. So it's lots of euros, lots of winners, lots of games. But it's true that we can also once launch into something a little bigger that says we're not screwed to bring everyone together. Enough to make an ultimate slash with a raffle that will remain at €1 ticket.